course, there comes that time when you still want to live independently, but it's probably best to have help nearby. Our next guest can offer options that allow a comfortable lifestyle in a home-like environment. Please welcome Callisto Cherry, Latanya Boykin, and Harley Tubble with Tranquility Personal Care Home. Hello. This is probably a bigger and bigger population almost every year of people who it's not so safe for them to stay at home by themselves, but they're not quite ready for that nursing home or full-on hospital.
Yeah, and that's where we come in. And Deborah, what I'd like for everybody to know is there is a gap between hospital and nursing home, and that's our industry.
And that can be dangerous because people will stay far too long, or and so what's great about this industry, how did you come up with that?
Well, actually, my daughter, Latanya, was working in a large nursing home, and people continued to call and ask for the smaller home-like environment, which we knew nothing about.
Right.
And that was about 20 years ago, and so she sent me out to do research.
And you did your research.
And that's when I came up with the industry.
Yeah, because you knew there was a gap there.
Exactly.
Obviously, working in the nursing home, there's some people who maybe didn't quite need to be there at that time.
Exactly. There were people coming in who did not need to be in a nursing home. They did not want that institutionalized environment. They wanted more of a home-type setting. Yeah. So that's where personal care homes came in.
Because oftentimes what happens is people are reluctant to leave.
Yes.
And you know they shouldn't be there by themselves, but they're reluctant to leave because they want that home-like setting. We're taking a look at some pictures right here. Is this the home-like setting we're talking about? This is awesome.
Yes.
All right. So, and what kind of difference does that make in terms of getting someone to leave and for someone to feel like it was a good decision?
What makes it a good decision is that they're in a residential community. And our community is a home-type setting. Our residents reside there on a full-time basis with 24-hour staff. And we incorporate the things that they would do in their home into our facility.
Yeah, and I would imagine that there are a lot of people who probably were closed off to the world at some point, you know, waiting for a visitor to come by. In this case, they can have visitors every day, friends every day.
They can have visitors every day. They can have their friends and family come. As a matter of fact, we don't even have visiting hours because if your mom, if your mom is in her own home or your dad, then you don't have to say, can I have an appointment to see you? And so that's kind of what our philosophy is. Yeah. And so it gives them a sense of comfort to know that their family can come and visit. And also they have an extended family, the residents that's in the home with them.
Yeah, new friends.
New friends.
All right, and the other thing that's very important, Harley, is that their health care needs can be taken care of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So tell us about the staff there, which you're a part of, that makes sure that everyone's safe.
Our private agency is providing home health care to these patients, and they are either Medicare or private insurance. We provide the intermittent skilled nursing care, physical therapy, IV therapy, wound care, diabetic teachings, and you know we also supervise, or we probably train also the staff of Miss Cherry how to do proper body mechanics, transfers, things like that. But they're really good. That's a good facility.
Yeah, you monitor residents' level of function and overall being.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you really probably add years to people's lives.
Yes, it's been said, and it's been because when they're happy, they're comfortable, their families are visiting them, and it just gives them a better life. I say they come there to live their best life.
Yeah, and the quality of life in their golden years. Well, Margaret Kitchen and Brian Bowman both benefited from the services at Tranquility Personal Care Home. And Margaret, let me start with you. Who was there in your family?
It was my husband, Ben, and he was there not for, long care because he was just sick from the hospital, and he came to basically recover.
Yeah. All right, so that's another service that you add.
Is that
rehab.
Yeah. Okay. It's rehab. So.
All right, and he had a nickname, we understand. What was that nickname?
Grumpy.
Were you able to soften him up a little bit?
Oh, we did. I got to him, yes.
But how much of a relief was that for you? Because if he's going to rehabbing at home in your house could be a tough thing to do.
There was no way. He had to be somewhere, and he was in a big place before, and that did not work out. And I was so happy to find Coco because I don't know, I could have done it otherwise.
Yeah.
Because it was small.
Right. And again, that home-like setting instead of an institutionalized setting.
I could come and go, and I was there twice a day.
Yeah,
so
and
I
knew
saw
that he was taken
everything.
care of.
Yeah, exactly. And the people were so friendly. And they were there,
The people who actually own the place were actually there.
Yes, we're actually there. I didn't have to say, now, who's the head nurse again, like in the other place? I didn't even know who the person was.
All right, Brian, you're nodding your head. Who was there in your family?
My mom is there currently. Hopefully providing dignity and living out the rest of her life.
Yeah. And that's what's important to you, because for you to physically have to take care of her, can't watch her 24 hours a day.
Absolutely. And I am one of those visitors that drops in all the time, and I appreciate that. From quality of life, what that brings to me makes that connection for me very special.
Yeah.
But I certainly support knowing that she's in an environment that is protected, that she is watched very closely, because she also had the same experience of being in a larger facility where she was lost. And that's what she wanted. I honored her wishes at that time, but I didn't combine what I thought she really needed. But after we went through an experience in a hospitalization, we found Coco, and that was all the difference it made. I know Mom was lost in a large environment. She needed a smaller environment, and this has been a perfect match for her.
Yeah, fantastic. You have a workshop that's coming up for veterans, and why veterans in particular, and what's this workshop involve?
Well, actually, this really means a lot to me, because veterans are kind of lost. A lot of times they're unable to afford the cost of the facilities. And so I wanted them to know, actually, that there is a benefit, a supplemental benefit, and that's what this workshop is. It's hopefully they will get a chance to come out and see how they can qualify for this benefit. It's World War veterans.
Yeah, thank you very much. My dad was in World War II and in Vietnam, and he's 94 years old.
Yes.
They're still in their home, but there's going to come a point probably where they need a little bit more assistance.
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming up with this idea and making it such a wonderful environment for people to be in. To find out more, you can log on to tranquilitypch.com. tranquilitypch.com, or give them a call at 713-783-2404, 713-783-2404, and Tranquility Personal Care Home is sending everyone in the audience home with calendars. Thank you very much. We have a couple of your folks are over here, or that's some of your folks from Tranquility here? No, there they are. There's the noisy group over there. That's the noise. Okay. Okay, coming up, the holidays are just around the corner, and many of us love going home for the favorite family recipes passed down over the generations. One that